Welcome, seekers of the unknown, to a tale that has chilled spines for over a century. Picture this. It's 1862, in the remote Essex village of Borley, where misty fields stretch like forgotten graves under a perpetually overcast sky. Reverend Henry Dawson Ellis Bull, a stern man of God, commissions the construction of a sprawling Gothic revival rectory. Red brick walls rising like ancient monoliths, towers piercing the heavens, and 32 rooms echoing with the promise of isolation. Built on the ashes of a previous rectory that burned to the ground in 1841, this new home is meant for his family of 14 children. But whispers from the locals speak of darker origins. Ruins of a 14th century Benedictine monastery buried beneath, where forbidden sins once unfolded. As the workers lay the foundation stones, strange occurrences begin. Tools vanishing in the night, shadows moving where no one stands. The rector dismisses it as superstition, but deep in the earth, something stirs, waiting for the living to intrude upon its eternal rest. Little do they know, this house isn't just built, it's awakened. Delve deeper into the rectory's cursed roots, my friends, and you'll uncover a legend that seeps into every crevice like blood in mortar. They say it all began in 1362, when a young nun from a nearby convent fell into forbidden love with a monk from the monastery. Their passion burned fierce, but discovery brought hellish retribution. The monk was hanged from the gallows, his body left to swing as a warning. The nun? Far worse. She was bricked up alive within the convent walls, her screams muffled by stone as she clawed at the darkness, starving in eternal solitude. Her spirit, they whisper, never found peace, doomed to wander the grounds in search of her lost lover. Though historians scoff, the Bull family heard her first. Faint wails on windy nights, a veiled figure gliding through the mist. As the children played in the overgrown gardens, they felt eyes upon them, cold and unblinking. Was it imagination, or the first threads of a web that would ensnare all who dared call Borley home? The horror was only beginning to uncoil. Fast forward to the late 1800s, as Reverend Bull settles his brood into the rectory's cavernous embrace. At first, it's idyllic. Family prayers by the fire, laughter echoing through the 11 bedrooms. But soon, the whispers start. Unexplained footsteps creak on the stairs at midnight, as if invisible feet ascend toward the nursery. Servants quit, pale-faced, claiming hands tug at their skirts in empty corridors. Then, on a twilight evening in 1900, four of Bull's daughters freeze in terror. 40 yards away, a nun in black habit glides across the lawn, her face obscured, vanishing into thin air as they approach. They swear it's no trick of the light, her form solid, her presence radiating sorrow. More sightings follow. A phantom coach thundering down the drive, pulled by headless horsemen, wheels silent on the gravel. Reverend Bull, intrigued rather than afraid, builds a summer house to watch for her, but the nun evades him, appearing only to the innocent. The family grows convinced. Borley isn't just haunted. It's alive, feeding on their fears, drawing them into its spectral embrace. By 1892, Reverend Bull succumbs to illness in his bed, his final breaths ragged as shadows dance on the walls. His son, Reverend Harry Bull, takes the mantle, but the hauntings intensify, as if the father's death has unlocked a floodgate. Harry hears bells tolling from the churchyard at odd hours, sees lights flicker in unoccupied attics. He documents visions of the nun, her pale hands pressed against windows, mouthing silent pleas. Tragedy strikes again in 1927. Harry dies suddenly in the blue room, his eyes wide with unspoken horror. The rectory falls vacant, its doors locked, but the villagers swear it breathes. Windows glow faintly at night, footsteps echo from within. For months, it stands like a sentinel, drawing the curious who peer through gates, only to flee from chilling gusts that whisper names. Who would dare inhabit this forsaken place? The stage is set for fresh blood, as the spirits grow restless, hungry for new souls to torment. Enter 1928. Reverend Guy Eric Smith and his young wife arrive, hoping for pastoral peace. They unpack amid the rectory's dusty grandeur, but on their first night, A cupboard yields a gruesome secret. A brown paper package containing a woman's skull, its empty sockets staring accusingly. Laughter turns to unease as servant bells ring wildly, though disconnected for years. Footsteps pace overhead in empty rooms. Lights appear in windows where no one resides. Mrs. Smith glimpses a shadowy figure in the garden, a nun veiled and mournful. Panic sets in. They hear carriage wheels crunching gravel outside, but the drive is empty. Whispers slither through walls. "Help me! Release me!" The couple barricades doors, but the rectory fights back. Vases topple, stones pelt windows from inside. Desperation mounts. They know they're not alone. This isn't a home. It's a prison, and the dead demand company. By 1929, the Smiths can bear no more. They contact the Daily Mirror, whose headlines scream of the most haunted house in England. Enter Harry Price, the enigmatic psychic researcher, arriving like a storm on June 12th. With his piercing gaze and arsenal of gadgets, he probes the shadows. Phenomena explode in his presence. Pebbles hurl across rooms, vases shatter against walls, spirit messages tap out on mirrors. Get out, or join us. Price witnesses the nun gliding through the dining room, her habit rustling faintly. The Smiths watch in awe and terror as he communes with the unseen. But when he leaves, the chaos ebbs, leaving them questioning. Is Price a savior or a catalyst? The press descends, turning Borley into a spectacle, but the spirits retreat, biding time. Yet, in the quiet, Mrs. Smith feels a cold hand on her shoulder, a warning that the worst is yet to come. As summer wanes, the hauntings turn vicious. Objects levitate and crash, doors slam with bone-jarring force. The nun appears closer now, her face revealed in moonlight, pale, decayed, eyes pleading yet malevolent. Price returns, documenting poltergeist fury. Books flying from shelves, keys vanishing into thin air. One night, a seance awakens something darker. A guttural voice echoes from the walls, cursing the living. The Smiths endure sleepless nights, their faith fracturing. By July 1929, they abandon ship, fleeing to relatives, the rectory's doors creaking shut behind them. But echoes linger in their dreams. Footsteps, bells, the nuns wail. Borley stands empty again, its reputation swelling like a storm cloud, drawing the next unwitting victims into its maw. October 1930. Reverend Lionel Foister, a bull cousin, arrives with wife Marianne and daughter Adelaide, dismissing rumors as folly. But folly turns to fear swiftly. Windows shatter spontaneously, stones rain from ceilings. Adelaide is locked in a room without a key, screaming as invisible hands claw at the door. Marianne is thrown from her bed by unseen forces, bruises blooming on her skin. Bells clang in frenzied symphonies. Walls bleed with cryptic scrawls. Marianne, light mass prayers. The nun manifests boldly now, gliding through bedrooms, her presence suffocating. Foister journals the madness. Over 2,000 incidents in 5 years. But doubt creeps. Is it supernatural, or something more sinister within their midst? The family huddles in prayer, but the rectory laughs, its shadows lengthening, ensnaring them tighter. The poltergeist awakens fully, a whirlwind of malice. Bottles hurl like missiles. Fires ignite in hearths without fuel. Marian sees the nun at her bedside, cold fingers brushing her face, whispering of buried secrets. Adelaide is slapped by phantom hands, her cries piercing the night. Foister attempts an exorcism. Candles gutter. A stone strikes his head, blood trickling. Visions multiply. Headless horsemen charging the lawn, ghostly monks chanting in the cellar. The family isolates, but visitors report the same. Whispers, touches, an oppressive dread that clings like fog. Marianne's dreams turn prophetic, the nun begging for release from bricked walls. Tension builds. The rectory feeds on their fracturing sanity, turning love to suspicion, faith to despair. 1931 brings the wall writings, illegible at first, then clear. Marianne, please help get out. Scrawled in pencil, defying locked rooms. Attempts to communicate yield responses: rest, mass. The nun appears pleading, her form translucent, pointing to the well. Poltergeist escalates. Adelaide attacked by something horrible. Marion suffocated under invisible weight. Public frenzy erupts. Crowds swarm, headlights piercing the night like accusatory eyes. Foister seals the house, but the writings persist, growing desperate, blood-red in dim light. Whispers evolve to screams, echoing through vents. The family teeters on madness, questioning reality as the spirits demand resolution or sacrifice. Desperation peaks with a second exorcism. Holy water boils, crosses invert, a voice roars defiance. Foister is hurled against walls. Marion faints from visions of bricked-up torment. The nun's story unfolds in fragments. Marie Lair, murdered for love, body discarded. Tourists turn rowdy, but the true horror is internal. Suspicions of fraud mix with genuine terror. By 1935, Foister's health crumbles. They flee, leaving the dossier with Price. Borley pulses with victory, its silence more ominous than screams, awaiting the final act. 1937. Price rents the rectory, assembling 48 observers for systematic siege. Weekends become vigils, seances in candlelight, planchettes dancing. Spirits speak. Marie Lair details her strangling body in the well. Another entity, Sunex Amours, prophesies fire on March 27, 1938. Phenomena surge, levitating objects, apparitions in mirrors. Observers flee pale, haunted by touches in the dark. Price unearths bones, convinced of truth, but doubt shadows him. The house resists, its walls breathing malice. As 1938 dawns, omens multiply. Clocks stop at midnight, blood-like stains appear. Seances reveal the fire's hour, 9 p.m. The nun weeps audibly, pleading excavation. Price's team documents feverishly, but fear fractures unity. One observer sees the monk's ghost, noose around neck. Tension coils like a spring. The rectory hums with anticipation, its spirits rallying for cataclysm. February 27, 1939. New owner Captain Gregson unpacks. An oil lamp topples mysteriously, flames devouring the tinder-dry halls. As fire rages, witnesses spot the nun in an upstairs window, serene amid chaos. The blaze guts the structure, arson suspected but supernatural. Price excavates ruins, finding a woman's jawbone in the cellar. Buried with rites in 1943, but peace eludes. The rectory's shell stands scorched, a monument to unresolved wrath. Demolished in 1944, Borley's legacy lingers. Nearby church bells ring unaided. Nun sightings persist in fields. Price's books immortalize the terror, but questions remain. Was it fraud or genuine evil? Even now, on misty Essex nights, footsteps echo where walls once stood.